What's going on, traders? Today is Tuesday, June 9th. Market opens up in 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Market's selling off a little bit. No true strategy for this morning. Just going to sit back and see how everything turns out. I will resume once I hop in a trade. Okay, I'm going to take a short position in Lulu Lemon, 3 shares short. Stop will be at the highs around 311.93. It's looking for $1.60 profit, but I think it's going to want to make new lows. Okay, I just started a short position in Zoom. It tried to move higher as the market was moving higher and it still failed. I think it's going to want to come down and make a new low. Stop will be at the highs and we'll watch it. So I'm in Zoom and I'm in Lulu Lemon and we'll see what they want to do. Alright, I might go ahead and just cover Zoom here. It's not looking like it wants to come down. It's kind of just trading in this kind of region right here. Yep, I'm going to cover there. I just closed out Zoom for $3 loss. We'll see if I can make it back on Lulu. Yeah, there's a good breakout on Zoom. Yeah, Lulu looks like it should be coming down now. I will resume once it comes down. I'm gonna re-enter the Zoom trade here. It tried to move higher and it got pushed back again, and I think it's going to want to come down. An update on Lulu just broke a little bit. That's what you want to see. So that's a good trade right there. I think Zoom's going to come down as well. I might have to be a little bit more kind of patient on the trade with Zoom, but we'll see what wants to happen. So right now I'm just watching the buyers and the sellers to see if it wants to come down. It's somewhat of a slow moving stock, so there's not too much work to be done, but just kind of watching what's happening. But I'm gonna let it run down for now. Zoom is still back at the Zoom's moving back up again. Let's see what it wants to do here. This 209.80 level is pretty strong from a resistance standpoint. What I want to see happen is I want to see this candle close red and start, and have it start forming somewhat of a kind of descending triangle pattern, something looking like this right here. If I could draw it, something like looking like that. On the flip side, it's forming kind of a wedge. You can see it's moving up like that too. So we'll see what it wants to do. But either way, if it moves up, I'll cut my losses. If it moves down, I'll lock in a profit. And Lulu just came back strong. That move on Lulu, wow. So that's a pretty strong rejection of the downside. See if it wants to hold. Zoom's tried to break down again. Lulu rejected the VWAP, so that's good. All right, I'll pause it here and resume once either stock, makes a move. All right, I'm going to take a long position on Visa here. I'm going to take 5 shares. I think it wants to move up. It's consolidating pretty nicely, as you'll see. It kind of moved up, consolidated, and then it moved up. Now it's just consolidating, and I think it wants to move for its second kind of push higher here. And I'll be happy to take a long position in that. A quick update on Lulu, which came down nicely. There's a nice break. I will cover 2 shares and let one run. So I just covered 2 shares of Lulu. That's a nice profit there. Still in the Visa trade, which I think will pop up. And if it does, I will stand to make some money. But I will pause it here and resume once Visa moves up or Zoom. There's an update on Zoom. Okay, I'm getting ready to cover Zoom. If it wants to break 210.50, then I'll hop out. But I'm giving myself a little bit more wiggle room because of what happened last time. I think it's going to break 210.50 in a second. At that point, I'll cover right before. Okay, I'm just gonna cover there. I did not mean to click that that fast, but it's probably for the better. It is showing some strength. I can always hop back in, but I'm fine taking. I will be done with Zoom for now. $8 of loss in Zoom. That's not that bad. Still have the Lulu trade, which is actually going back against me, so we'll pop that back in. So now I'm actually down $5 a day on Lulu. That's because I took 5 shares short and it covered. Okay. Today's not my day for the trading, that's for sure. I was looking and I was wondering why my P&L was just like going opposite, but it happens. That's frustrating, but it's part of it. What I meant to do was, buy to cover my position, but instead I added to it. I'm going to have to get out. Let's see if it wants to break 311.38. Let's see how it wants it. My only concern right now is that it's flagging up, so it kind of rejected it pretty hard and moved up. Some people taking profit, and then it'll just move back higher, especially because a lot of people were shorting the stock like I was doing. Everyone's betting it was going to go down, and now that it went back up against them, they're probably getting squeezed and they're probably panicking and covering their positions. So I might have to, unfortunately, cover with them, but we'll see if it wants to. It is down 1.45%. If you look at the daily, it has a pretty solid run up, and it's time for people to take some profits. So we'll see what it wants to do. I will resume once there's an update on it. Okay, so there's a short squeeze I was talking about, and I'm going to cover now. All right, so I just covered there. So down $9.13 on Lulu. I should have covered, but instead I added. It was a misclick. The best thing about having swing trades is that, you could kind of supplement your day trading income as a learner, but, I'm fine. My theory was right. My trade was right. I just misclicked the button. The lesson is just make sure you click the right button. Nothing to do about that. Visa actually fell down, but we'll see if it wants to kind of hold. How these kind of setups work is that they'll move up. So as you see, let me make this bigger to explain to you guys, is that they'll move up like that. They'll kind of consolidate towards a kind of key resistance level that you dropped before. They'll get rejected, and then they'll kind of curl back and then go back up for round 2. What you can do is you can add right here if you're kind of confident that the stock will go back up. This was a pretty harsh rejection, so we'll see what it wants to do. I might look to add, but that's just kind of how this works. You see, you move up, you kind of test kind of a critical level. So you kind of test like a support. I can't draw that. You test a support level, you come down, and then you go back up. So that's pretty much what's happening here. We'll see if it wants to play out. But yeah, I will pause it when something happens. Alright guys, it's 10:12 a.m. I'm just going to cut it here. Let's go over my positions. Visa, it's kind of just, it fell and started consolidating. I did add 5 shares right here. So I'm in at 10 shares. Average cost $199.47. We'll see what it wants to do. Zoom, I'm down $8.16. Oh, there's a yeah, that's what happens. Yep. That's what happens, but it's whatever. Zoom, I try to short Zoom, but whatever. $8.16 loser on Zoom. And then on Lulu, which I should have covered, down $9.13. So today is around a $17 losing day. Not the worst, not the best, but there's always tomorrow to make it up. But maybe I'll make some of it back with Visa. But I want to cut the video here so I could edit it and put it on YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, like it, comment down below if you had a red or green day, and of course subscribe, because every subscription for me is another step on my journey to financial freedom.